What is LaLiga spending cap? I'm doing this video based on popular demand. First of all, we have to establish the fact that annual spending cap and LaLiga spending cap is different. Annual spending cap is your total expenditure in a season, which is regulated by the UEFA FFP. Those are the ones where UEFA come inside and regulate, and all those ones. It affects all the clubs in Europe. But LaLiga spending cap is a financial limit set by La Liga itself. Then what is LaLiga spending cap? This is just a difference, or is used to determine the difference between your team's revenue minus non-sporting outgoings and debt repayments. And then when talking about debt repayment, or when you hear debt, one club come in mind, which is Barcelona, and I will use Barcelona as an example. Using Barcelona as an example, you will realize that they are in huge debt, and then they are not generating enough revenue as they were before, and I will explain the reasons why it is like this. Now, a lot of people were accusing La Liga for giving Barcelona small La Liga spending cap, because when they give you that La Liga spending cap, let's say last season that Barcelona were giving 426. Initially, in the beginning of the season, it was 204. That was why they were unable to register Dani Olmo. But when the winter sales made by Barcelona was accumulated, it has to go up to 426. Now, if they give you that 426, the players amortized fee, which I've explained before, that's for a year, and then their wage in a year, the annual wage. Let's say, for instance, now, Jules Koundé. Let's say Jules Koundé receives 20 million as a wage in a year, and then you check his amortized transfer fee. It might be, let's say, 10 million. That's 30 million for only Jules Koundé. Then you check other players, and you must make sure that it does not exceed 426, which is La Liga spending cap that was given to Barca. Different La Liga spending cap are given to different clubs because of their revenue, which is being removed or substituted from their non-sporting outgoings and their team debt repayment. Like Real Madrid, their La Liga spending cap last season was 727. You understand? That way, that's the reason why they don't have any problem registering as many players as possible. But now, why is Barcelona in big debt? Remember, they are renovating their new stadium, and they took a lot of loan and credit in order to finance their stadium rebuild, because the stadium is costing them billions. And then James Rores, the man who bought 24.5% of Barcelona studios, he was saying the reason why they have a lot of debt is because of the interest they have to pay for those loans and credits they have collected in rebuilding their stadium. And as of June 30, 2023, Barcelona's debt was totaling 2.7 billion euros. You know, understand? So this is a very big problem for them. Let's say, for instance, imagine say they are paying 2.5%, that 2.7 billion euros being borrowed. You see that they will be paying around 30 to 50 million euros. You know, understand? Another 1 month. So if you check it in a year, it's too much. And when you realize the fact that Barcelona, in terms of revenue, they are not getting enough revenue. They have moved from Camp Nou, which has a capacity of 99,000 people, to Olympic Stadium that just have only a capacity of 55, almost half of it. So you realize that not making enough money. And then pre-pandemic, before the pandemic, Barcelona's wage bill was the highest in La Liga. They have about 700 million euros. You understand? In contrast to Real Madrid that had 400 and something million euros. And as well, the mismanagement on the board level. Everybody knows about the fact that the last administration was very, very bad in terms of management. Now, how can Barcelona increase their revenue? Number one, progress in the UEFA Champions League stage. Just last season that they reached the quarterfinal, they were able to get 50 million euros. That one no include the TV pool, match day tickets, and match day revenue. You know, understand? So all this while Barcelona have been going to Europa League, it has been having a big sting on their revenue. Number two, they can decide to sell more TV rights. You know, understand? They have sold 25% of it already. So they can decide to sell 24%. If they sell that 24%, you know, understand, they will get 600 million euros. In contrast to 1.2 billion euros they could have gotten in 30 years. Because just like the 25% they have sold initially, they will stand to lose every year 40 million. So if they sell this 24.5, that's 49%. That means they will be losing 80 million euros every year. So that's another way to boost their revenue, just like selling your land, instead of leasing your land and be getting smaller money every year. And that's another way they can get money. Another way they are getting money is going to Qatar, Japan, Saudi Arabia, all these places to play matches. Just like we have seen during the Spanish Super Cup, they went there. Whenever they go there, they always get 5 million for each match they play there. You understand? So these are the ways they can generate revenue. Another way they can cut down their debts is by selling players that are on high wages. You sell those players, promote more academy players, and then sell more academy players to get full profits. So these are the ways Barcelona can do this. There are a lot of things I could have said, like some wrong transfers, Neymar transfer. One of my sources is telling me that Barcelona was only able to get 30 something million out of the 200 something million they sold Neymar from. But if I continue it, the video is getting long already, and I can't go to details in this thing. But I hope with this, references, you've been able to understand what La Liga spending cap is and how these things tend to affect Barcelona and other clubs in La Liga. Now, I hope you've learned one or two from this video. Please share, tag your Barcelona friend. Understand? Like, comment, tell me whether you understood or not, or ask me any question on what you do not understand well. Maybe I can do another video to explain further, because the video is getting long, as I said before. This is Football Matter, Catalyst and Analysis, the football pacifier and the football encyclopedia. Peace. No cheats.